Flying in India has become a game of chance. Your flight could be delayed, it could be cancelled, or worse, you may be served dinner on the tarmac. This morning, it was Air India Express's turn. It cancelled more than 90 of its flights, both domestic and international. 90 flights. Passengers were stuck. Operations were hampered. The airline offered an apology. India's aviation regulator took up the matter. They want answers. But what led to this crisis? Apparently, a so-called sick leave by senior crew members. It started on Monday evening. Crew members began calling in sick, so some flights had to be cancelled. By Tuesday, the situation escalated. More employees refused to show up. 300 crew members were missing. Some even switched off their phones. This morning, it snowballed. How do you operate flights with hundreds of your staff missing? So Air India Express began cancelling flights, and chaos followed. But what explains this mass sick leave? Was there a virus on board, or is there something else at play? Air India is yet to comment, but reports suggest it's because of brewing discontent. Employees are calling in sick to protest. They want to take a stand against alleged mismanagement. Their union even wrote a letter to the chairman. Let me quote from what it says. It is with great disappointment that we address the growing unrest and dissatisfaction among employees since the takeover by Tata. However, it appears that the reality on the ground does not align with these principles. So they're blaming the Tata takeover. For those of you who've not followed this saga, here's a quick primer. Air India was India's state-owned carrier. Air India Express is its subsidiary. In the year 2021, both were sold to the Tatas. And this acquisition left the Tata Group with 4 airlines. Now they have Air India Express, Vistara, and Air Asia India. By 2023, the Tatas wanted to merge them all. They wanted to keep just 2 airlines, one full-service carrier and another low-cost carrier. So Air India and Vistara would become a full-service airline. Air Asia India and Air India Express would be the low-cost carrier. That was the plan. On paper, it sounded like the perfect merger, but on the ground, it hit hurdles. The trouble began with Vistara last month. Employees protested against the merger. First officers called in sick. They complained about the new pay structure. Close to 100 flights were cancelled. And now the same is happening at Air India Express. So clearly, the merger is not going well. But the Tatas have not addressed it. In fact, they want to speed it up. They want to merge all operations by 2025. And by the looks of it, that could lead to more discontent. Like we said, the aviation regulator has taken up the matter and they want answers. But in the meantime, brace for turbulence. And this couldn't have come at a worse time because this crisis puts pressure on an already burdened system in India. It is the world's fastest growing aviation market. Air traffic may touch 154 million this year, so there are plenty of passengers. The numbers are increasing. But are there enough flights? Right now, India has 5 main air carriers: Indigo, Air India, Vistara, SpiceJet and Akasa. 4 of them are bleeding money. Only Indigo managed to turn a profit last year. Since 2019, 2 major airlines have gone bust in India. Others are operating under stress. There is a lack of pilots and backup staff. Infrastructure is limited, turnaround time is tight, fuel cost is high, plus carriers have to look at cost efficiency. They have to keep prices low, which leads to flight disruptions, cancellations, delays, and poor service. If one airline falters, there's a domino effect. It impacts the entire aviation sector. And at the end of the day, it impacts you, the customer. So if you're traveling in the next few days, be wary. Check if your flight is cancelled or delayed. And also prepare for lofty airfares. Because while India's aviation sector may be soaring, when it hits turbulence, you pay the price.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.